Good morning, dear students. Today we shall try to see the brief summary of the play A Doll's House, written by Henrik Ibsen. We have already seen the life and the works of Henrik Ibsen in our previous lecture. So now we start the play with a brief summary. If I say about the play that this play tells us the story of the married life of Nora and Helmer and the circumstances which led to Nora to leave her husband and children in order to go out into a world where she wanted to get the first hand experience of life and to find out for herself what is wrong and what is right. It has been 9 years since Nora and Helmer got married and they are living peacefully with their children. So, if we start the summary of this play, we can see or we will see that this is three-act play written by Henrik Ibsen and which takes place entirely within the house of Helmer's family. So the location of this play is not of outside but one place, that is the Nora and Helmer's house. Helmer, Torvald Helmer is his full name. The father, Torvald Helmer, was the father of Helmer. He was a lawyer who had just received a promotion to work at a bank. So this Helmer, who is a lawyer, but he has just received a promotion to work at a bank. His wife Nora is excited about his new position because she thinks that it will relieve the money problems that they have had in the past. So गरीब फैमिली है, इसलिए नोरा जो है उसकी जो वाइफ है वो प्लीज़ होती है कि चलो अच्छा है उनको प्रमोशन मिल गया, देन दे विल गेट रिड ऑफ देयर मनी प्रॉब्लम्स. They have 3 young children who are looked after by a nanny. Nanny is their maid servant who looks after their children. So Torvald doesn't like Nora to work, but she does occasional swing. So here we see that Helmer is an orthodox man, traditional man who doesn't like that his wife should work or his wife should go outside. That is, he has very orthodox attitude, very conservative attitude regarding the women. He wants to prison the women in the home. So he doesn't like that Nora should work because Nora sometimes or occasionally works the job of sewing, silai ka kaam. So he often treats her like a child in the way. He speaks to her and thinks that she doesn't understand adult concepts of money and work. So he behaves with her just like a child, as if she doesn't know about the money and about the work. She does know nothing. about the money and the work. She doesn't have any kind of understanding. This is what Torvald Helmer thinks or presumes, or we can say have the perception about his wife. And this story takes place during the Christmas time. So they are often decorating their house and planning parties. Then we see that there is another character whose name is Christine, Lady Linde Christine, or Christine Linde. She is the old friend or familiar of Nora. So suddenly she arrives at their house, at the house of Nora. They have never met since last 10 years. So Mrs. Linde is all alone now. She's alone. She has also left her husband and her mother as well, as whom she had been caring. Nora gets the idea that her husband can offer Christine a job. So Christine came at the house of Nora, her old friend, in order to get some job. So Nora also got the idea that her husband could give her a job. So Nora then reveals a secret to Christine that she has never told anyone. So in their conversation, she also discloses her secret, which she never said to anyone. But now she is saying to Christine Linde. And what is that? That about 8 years earlier, her husband became ill, that is, Torvald Helmer became ill, and the doctor suggested that they should move to Italy for his health. But Nora needed money because they did not have that much money. So she borrowed some money to be able to afford that journey or that trip for the sake of her husband. But she never told this secret to her husband. Women could not take out loans on their own. So, this was also the condition at that time, that the women were not given the loan. Nobody would ensure his money on women. Therefore, Nora had to make forgery, that she forged her father's signature on the document. She did her father's signature on the document because her father was near to death. So, ever since then, she had been slowly scalping together money to pay back. So, this was the secret, that she took the loan from Krogstad, another character here we will have in the play. But she kept this secret even from Torvald Helmer. And she did the forgery as well, as, and she never said about this forgery to anyone, even to Krogstad, she never said. But whatever she did and sacrificed, that was for her husband, because she really loved her husband. Okay? And what else? That she was slowly paying back this loan also. Hiding the truth from her husband. But now here she discloses this secret to Christine Linde, her old friend. So when Christine leaves, there appears Krogstad in the house. The man Nora borrowed the money from, that I have already spoken to you. But coincidentally, he arrives at the door and then he listens to all that. And after having listened, he says that he understands that her husband is about to become his new boss at the bank. That he has heard all the conversation between Christine Linde and Nora, but he says that he has come to know from their talks that Torvald Hammer, her husband, is now going to become the new boss at the bank. Therefore, he says that he knows that the Nora forged her father's signature on the loan, which constitute fraud. And in this way, she worries. She worries. She comes in a tension that Krogstad will disclose this secret, reveal the information to her husband. And when her husband finds out that Nora has been talking to Krogstad, definitely he will chastise her for talking to a man of such ill repute, ill image. अर्थात कि अगर उसके हस्बैंड को ये पता चलेगा कि नोरा उससे इस तरह की बात कर रही है जो कि एक व्यक्ति बिल्कुल निम्न स्तर का है, तो वो बहुत नाराज हो जाएगा. इधर Krogstad now is trying to blackmail Nora because he has heard all the conversation and come to know all the secrets about her. So he now blackmails her. He says that her husband has become the new boss at the bank. Therefore, she should recommend Krogstad to her husband to give him a job in the bank. This is the thing that here the Act 1 ends. Okay. Now in Act 2, Nora is once again talking to Mr. Linde and they discuss Dr. Rank, another character who is an old family friend of Torvald Helmer and Nora. So Helmer tells Nora then that he has decided to fire Krogstad in order to hire Mrs. Linde. Because Mrs. Linde also wanted to get the job. She was in search of the job. So when Nora talked to her husband about Mrs. Linde, that she is in difficult times and if it can happen or if it is possible, he should give the job. So Torvald was in search of an opportunity to leave Krogstad or to suspend Krogstad from the bank because he never liked Krogstad. So he says to his wife that okay, Mr. Linde will get the job, but Krogstad will be fired out from the bank, will be get out. Nora knows, now Nora feels that if this news will definitely upset Krogstad and he will reveal all the information to him and everything will then be ruined. So she tries to convince her husband not to do it. So she requests her husband, Helmer, that please don't do so. Krogstad should not be get out from the bank. Nora then speaks to Krogstad again and offers to give him all the money that she owes him. However, he doesn't want the money, he wants respect. So, because she has taken money from Krogstad and her husband is going to put out him from the bank, so how Krogstad will bear all this insult? Therefore, she requests Krogstad to keep silent and she will repay all his money very soon. This is what she trying to convince him. So he wants her husband to not only give him his job back, but give him a better job. So she again requests. Krogstad tells Nora that he is leaving a letter in her mailbox for Torvald explaining what Nora has done. So, this is what he says to Nora, that now he is going to reveal all the information and what he knows about Nora and what Nora has done. She has taken the money, she has borrowed the money, as well as she has also done forgery of the signature of her father. So when Krogstad leaves, Nora asks Christine if she can talk to Krogstad about retrieving this letter. So Nora tries to take the help of Christine Linde if she can talk to him, and anyhow if he can withdraw that letter from the Dropbox. So now Nora again is trying to keep her husband from finding it by asking him to help her practice dancing the tarantella for the upcoming party. This is what takes place in the Act 2nd. In Act 3rd, we see that Mrs. Linde meets Krogstad, and she finds that they have already met and she had been in relationship with Krogstad. Now both of them are alone, therefore she thinks that they should meet again and become the one. So Christine had to leave him for a more stable process, but now they are meeting and she would like to get back together with Krogstad. So Krogstad is also overjoyed at this news and he says that he will retrieve his letter, but Christine tells him not to. See here the complexity. Now Christine, who was told by Nora to request Krogstad and to anyhow to tempt him और किसी भी तरीके से उसको मना करके कि भाई वो लेटर वापस ले ले, यहाँ उल्टे क्रिस्टाइन Krogstad को ये कह रही है कि नहीं, आप ये लेटर वापस मत लीजिए. She says that Torvald needs to find out about Nora's secret, कि नोरा की सीक्रेट उसको मालूम चलनी चाहिए उसके हस्बैंड को. So Christine returns to tell Nora that Krogstad won't be getting his letter just after Nora dances at the party. So Nora's husband joins her, then Dr. Ranks stops by. He leaves his business card with a symbol on it that indicates he is going to lock himself into his house until he dies. So Torvald is upset. He takes the mail to go read it. And after then he learns the news, he runs back out of his office to find out from Nora if it is true. If it is true, whatever she has done, what there is in that letter. Then Nora says that they need to sit down for a serious conversation. Now they should sit down and they will do a serious conversation and she will tell everything why she did so and so. But Torvald Hammer, who was Orthodox one, who could not bear that, he insulted her, completely disappointed her in her decisions and blaming her father for her bad morals. That is, he abuses bluntly to her. Then a new letter arrives from Krogstad. So it contains the contracts and says that he is letting them off the hook. So Torvald is elated, tears up the letter, tells Nora that he forgives her and he will take close care of her in future. So when the truth revealed by Krogstad that why she took the money, and it was revealed that she took the money and she did the forgery for the sake of Helmer himself. Then Helmer also surrenders, he forgives her and he says that now he will take the care of her. But Nora now explains to him that she needs to leave him. But Nora was very much tormented by him and she felt that now she cannot live with him because he doesn't understand him, because he doesn't know her emotions. She is disappointed with the way she has been treated by men in her life. She needs to live on her own in order to discover who she is and what she believes. So she wanted to leave that house and she wanted to leave herself. She wanted to know what she is and what she believes. And in this way, Torvald is appalled that she would leave her own children. So Torvald was again felt very bad when she left herself. She would leave her own children, that leaving her own children. So just audience as the time would be, but Nora says she needs to do what is best for her. So now she wanted to live for herself. And in this way, she leaves the house, leaving her children and her husband. Torvald wonders if she will ever come back to him, and she leaves it open as a possibility. So Helmer even hoped that she will come back, but she was tortured and she was not given that respect and the regard by her husband Helmer. She was not treated properly. We will see that how she sacrifices, how she surrenders herself, and she does everything for the sake of her husband, but her husband never understands him. That's why the title also is relevant of this play, A Doll's House. It means the lady has been kept as a doll in that house, has been treated as a doll in the house. That was, she was like a doll who could not do herself well. And that's why she left the house in order to do her for herself, to live her own life. So this is what we have the summary of this play. And thank you very much, dear friends. We shall meet again with new about the play. Thank you.